The next point in your insider column from Sunday, and you can see it at cleveland.com/Browns, is Baker Mayfield, and a little update on where he's at rehab wise is that he's ahead of schedule, which of course is very good news. He had that surgery on January 19th. He's in Austin rehabbing. So, again, another meeting that Andrew Berry's going to have, as you mentioned, is with Baker Mayfield's reps in Indianapolis, kind of gauge the temperature of the room. And in your last paragraph here, you say, with Mayfield heading into his fifth-year option at $18.86 million, the Browns will explore all available veteran and rookie quarterbacks, and this will come as no surprise to Mayfield and his camp. That's why it's good he's off social media right now. We should probably all just be off social media right now. I think that would be good for all of us. So if Andrew Berry sits down with Baker's reps and says, all right, we're still confident Baker's our starter in 2022, but we're also really interested in the plan B option. So a Mitch Trubisky, a Marcus Mariota, whoever it is, Jameis Winston, I don't know. How do you think Baker and his reps react to that scenario? Or, I mean, we could throw in the draft pick too, because I think most of these draft picks would sort of be a not come in and start right away type of guy.
Okay, let's start with the plan B option, and that is, once again, we have thrown Mitch Trubisky, Marcus Mariota into that category. So in that scenario, I think Baker would be okay with that one. He wouldn't love it, and he might, he is, a very passionate guy, and I don't think he would think that was an ideal situation, but I think that's one in which he feels like he can come in here and 100% stave off that person and keep his starting job and be very successful in 2022. And I think it would be presented to him in that way as well, where, hey, look, we have to bring in a Mitch, we've got to bring in a Marcus or somebody like that in the event that things don't work out, or we have to plan for the future. You're our guy for 2022. There's not an open competition in training camp. That's not what this is about. It's your job, go out and do it. I think he would handle that okay. And I think his reps would handle that okay. I don't think that's a, hey, find another home for me kind of a situation right there. Same thing with a rookie quarterback. I don't think there is an obvious starter right away in this draft. And I don't even, again, we're doing these weekly mock drafts, and I started out with Malik Willis. Truth of the matter is, he's probably either going to be gone by 13, or the Browns aren't going to be, all that interested in him at 13. Probably things could change, but in the event that they did draft a quarterback, first round, second round, third round, wherever, that's also not a deal breaker. That also, in my mind, isn't Baker Mayfield saying, okay, that's it, get me out of here. I think that's a Jimmy Garoppolo situation where he says, I'm going to go out and I'm going to be the best version of myself this year. And I'm going to take this team deep into the playoffs, and no rookie is coming in here and taking my job away.
The other piece of this is the Drew Petzing promotion, and how that impacts Baker. More so, just kind of having a guy who's committed to, Alex Van Pelt was sort of pulling double duty there. I think there's a few ways to look at it. Drew is a guy that I think Kevin really wanted to bring with him to Cleveland. I think he's a guy that he really likes. He obviously interviewed for an offensive coordinator position. So I think a promotion there was probably necessary in a way, but also, and maybe he views Drew as like the future offensive coordinator of this team. I don't know about that, but maybe that's sort of the light he views him in. So having that dedicated coach though, and, a guy who's younger, I think Petzing is maybe like 34, 35, something like that. Having a guy who's younger, kind of an up and comer in the league, that's probably all good for whoever they end up having as their quarterback, especially, but especially for Baker.
Yes, absolutely. This is the first step in committing resources to the quarterback room and saying, we know that we need to get the quarterback and the passing game up to 2022 standards. We know that we have to restore Baker Mayfield's confidence. We know we have to do everything we can to get him to play his best football, because truthfully, it and I know it. He played his worst football. I think his worst football of his career in 2021. So they need to pick him up off the mat and get him back to being a playoff contending quarterback. So this is the first piece in that, to commit a quarterback coach to him. And some of it is, as you mentioned, the fact that Drew had an opportunity. He got an OC interview with Josh McDaniels, and I think they did need to sweeten the pot a little bit. So there are a few factors at play, but it's just also an opportunity to say, okay, hey, Alex, you can look at you get the big picture of this offense, and we're going to give Baker and whoever else is in the room their own quarterbacks coach.